'Cause I promise I'm better now.
I just want to say I have been trying to get this B-roll footage for y'all all week long, and it has been raining. I got off late one day, and yeah, so today we are just going to have a moody video. Hey y'all, welcome to a new video. Today, y'all, I want to talk to you guys about some vintage things. Yes, I want to talk about some old stuff, y'all. So I was watching Octavia from over at Octavia Brown's Crafts and DIYs. If you have not checked out her channel, go and check her out. She has budget-friendly and easy DIYs. But she recently posted a antique vintage haul. She's newly getting into vintage, and I have been noticing that there are quite a few people getting into vintage now. So I've been collecting it for a couple of years, so I thought I would get on here and share some of my little, not really tips, but what I have learned while I have been out here visiting these antique malls and such. Okay, now by no means, y'all, am I an expert. I'm just telling y'all what I have learned and giving y'all some of the information that myself personally has learned. But before we get into all of that, y'all, the girls and I did visit a vintage market this past weekend, or antique show or mall. It wasn't a mall, I think it was more antique show. But anywho, we did visit one this past weekend in Waxahachie, Texas. That is about a 55-minute drive from us, y'all. So yeah, y'all, I was very disappointed. I was so disappointed, y'all, because I wasn't seeing anything. I wasn't seeing anything that I was looking for, and it was like, it was almost empty. It was more like a craft show to me. It was more people selling their homemade candles and t-shirts and, you know, soups and whatnot. So like I said, I was really disappointed. I think my daughter bought some sage, and anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys take a look at that footage now. And I don't think I got very much footage, but I did get some footage, okay? Like I said, I did not see much in there of what I was personally looking for. I was looking for Crocs. I want a vintage chippy piece to go in here somewhere. I want a vintage or antique box of some sort with some little cubby holes. You know, I have specific items that I am looking for. Anyhow, I did not find any of that at all. But I did get a couple of things. And if you have been with me for a while, then you know probably what I have already gotten, okay? Because it's something that you can find at every antique, vintage show, mall, etc. And that is, my friends, if you guessed it, then you guessed it. Books. I love these little books, y'all. I thought they were so cute, and I don't have anything in this specific color. It has a really cute spine right there, and it's really old. This is from what year? Let's see here if I can get this open. Y'all know I can't see. Look at my spectacles down here, so we can see the year that this book was made. Oh, copyright in 1900. It says copyright 1898, 1899, and then copyright 1900. So it must have been copyrighted 3 times. But anyhow, this is Sainsbury by Alfred Henry Lewis, and I picked this up. And then I picked this one up because I thought it was just beautiful. The details on the spine, look at there. Look at the front of it, y'all. That gold and brown. And this is copyrighted in, this is a pretty old one too. Let's see, 1883 is when this one was copyrighted. But look at the detailing on the front of there, y'all. So yeah, guys, that is what I picked up. Some more books. Y'all know I love books. I love to use them for decor, and I want to be able to display more books around the house. And that is going to lead into my very first tip, or the very first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and that is what I pay for books. I have a rule for myself, and you guys should get rules for yourself when you are going out there thrifting. For me personally, I do not want to pay no more than $5 or $6 for a vintage book. If it is more than $6, which this one was $5, y'all, and this one was $6.50. And you know, I was very hesitant about this one, but I wanted this one so bad because I thought, like I said, I thought it was just so beautiful. So I went ahead and just picked this one up. But when we got up there to the front to pay, the lady gave me the 2 books for, you know, $11. Which, that's another thing. Ask if you can get something taken off if you don't feel like you want to pay the price that they have. They can only say no. But that is the first rule that I have for myself for books. I don't pay any more than $5 or $6 for books. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is something that I noticed Octavia picked up in her video, and that is rolling pins. Now, I follow a ton of vintage shop owners on Instagram, and sometimes they do Thrift With Me Thursdays. They do, you know, sales and things like that. And one of them was on there talking one day, and she was talking about rolling pins. Now, she gave this tip, y'all, and she said that if you purchase a rolling pin like this with the little you know, thing like this, then it is more than likely not a really old rolling pin. Now, I don't know the specifics about the years on the rolling pin, but she said that these right here are not really that old. Now, what she said is, in order for a rolling pin to be old, it has to be made out of one piece of wood. Okay, so can you guys see that? This rolling pin is made out of one whole piece of wood. So that would make this rolling pin much older than this rolling pin. Now, this rolling pin right here I picked up from Goodwill, and I think I paid like $2 for it. And I also have one more of these. But I will no longer be purchasing rolling pins such as this. Okay. I would no longer be purchasing a rolling pin like that. I will only be purchasing rolling pins that are made from one piece of wood, you guys. Now, this is my latest one that I picked up, and I have this one displayed in my little vintage shelf over there that I picked up from Decor Steals. And then you guys know that these two are always sitting in my crock on my counter. And look at the details in this one, you guys. You can tell that this right here is a very old rolling. So here are all three of my older rolling pins, and I love all of them. You guys can see that they are all different by the handle. The colors are all different, and the size. Two of them are about the same size, and then I have this. The newer one is smaller than the other two. But yeah, y'all, I love collecting rolling pins. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be getting any more, but like I said, if I do, they will only be the one piece of wood. I would not be collecting any more of the other little rolling pins. Also, when it comes to rolling pins, you will see some of the rolling pins are glued together, so be aware of that as well, because sometimes they will glue the ends together to make it look like it's just one whole piece. Now, what got me into vintage things, you guys, are these right here, mashers. These mashers is what started it all for me as far as vintage. I saw these one day, or saw one or two, a couple, and I picked them up, and I was like, these would look really cute in the hutch. Now, y'all know this is one that I recently picked up at the antique store in mall. But I want to talk to you guys about these because these are very hard to find in my area. I did find this one. I found this one in, y'all see that shape on this one? This one is so cute, so different. And I found this one in a vintage mall in Allen. Yeah, so picked that one up, but I can barely find these in my area. And when I saw this one in that store a couple of weeks ago, was it last week? But y'all know, I hurry up and grab this because you just don't see them in the store. I mean, you just don't see them in this area. So they are very hard to collect. So that brings me to my next tip. A ton of my matches that I have, y'all, I picked up off of Etsy. And what I did was Googled vintage mashers, and of course there are going to be a ton of shop owners that have these, and they range from different prices, y'all. I picked up one the other day it was $10 and it was $7 to ship. So that makes it about the price that you would pay in an antique or vintage mall. So I didn't have a problem picking that one up. Now some of them range from $20 to $30, you know, on up, and then some people want to charge you an arm and a leg to ship. Now if that's not up your alley, then keep looking on Etsy. Keep look every other day, every 2 days, whatever the case may be. If you are interested in a masher and you cannot find a masher in your area, or you don't have vintage or, you know, thrift stores in your area where you can find mashers, check on Etsy, because there are a ton of shops, like I said, and everybody offers something different. Also, on Instagram, there are a ton of vintage pickers, whatever you call them, on Instagram that sells items. There are a few girls that I follow. They have a virtual flea market, what do they call it, a virtual thrift something, on every Saturday, where there are about 5 ladies that have virtual sales where they sell mashers, they sell, you know, all kind of thrift items that they may have found and picked up. So that's another way that you can also find vintage mashers and things like that as well. Okay, moving on, you guys, I want to talk to you guys about these spools right here, because I love spools as well, and I have a collection of spools. Now spools come in different varieties, y'all, different sizes, different types. You have these right here where, you know, all of the thread has been taken off and you can just purchase these. Now I find these a lot around here in my area, y'all. And then you have some that look like this with the thread on them. Now Octavia was going to be cutting her thread off of here, y'all, but I cannot see myself parting with my thread because I use these for color. I have different ones, y'all, that I picked up for Christmas that I used in my hutch. For Christmas last year, I did a pink and green hutch. So I picked up pink and green threaded ones. Then I have various ones that I have in my cubby. I have, I don't know if you guys saw the yellow one that I picked up and I used in my Easter hutch. You can get them, you know, with the thread on. You can get them with the thread off. But I just can't see myself personally taking the thread off of mine because, you know, it's so old. Who knows how old they are? And I just, you know. But anyway, like I said, you can find these all over the vintage shops and stores in our area. Now, if you guys don't follow Bethany over at the Pink Hutch, y'all know I talk about her all the time. She recently posted a photo on her Instagram feed where she picked up some spools and she put greenery in hers. Now I do have a few that I picked up around Christmas that you can stick little Christmas trees in them. You guys know that I put a couple in my washer and dryer room, the laundry room, y'all. Y'all know I'm a mess, right? Like I said, I use them in various hutches for Easter. I think I have some for Christmas. But yeah, I use them, the ones with the threads on them, just for a pop of color, just to add, you know, texture. So yeah, that is my tip on that, y'all. Don't cut the thread off because you can find plenty of these without the thread on them. But if you want to cut the thread off of yours, that is your prerogative. You paid for it, you do you, okay? I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do with what they purchase, okay? I'm just trying to let you guys know that you can purchase them without the thread on there. Moving on, you guys. I want to talk to you guys about Ironstone pictures, okay? Because Octavia picked up one of those, and I want to talk to you about authentic ironstone. Now, I have a collection of these little small creamers, which, y'all, I have been looking for larger pictures, and I have not found one that I wanted to pay for. The price needs to be right because these things get expensive as they get bigger. Let me turn y'all down. Feels like I'm getting a little lighter, which I can't believe that because it's so dark in here. But I told you guys about the authenticity of ironstone. Now this right here is a very old piece of ironstone. I don't know if you guys can see the crazing in here. The color on this picture is like a nice creamy compared to this one right here, which is white. Now they still make ironstone today, you guys, which brings me to this one. Also the stamp. Ironstone usually has a stamp on the bottom of the ironstone, and this right here is a newer piece of ironstone because it says it's a microwave, not microwave, it's dishwasher safe. So you know that this is a newer piece of ironstone. And how you can tell authentic ironstone, you guys, is if it doesn't have a stamp. Like this one doesn't have a stamp, but you can tell because, like I said, the crazing on it. If you pick this up, if this is weighty, then it's more than likely ironstone. Compared to some of the new stuff, this is like really light compared to this one right here. And then if you thump it, you can hear a thump, a thud or whatever. So you hear that little thud right there compared to this newer piece or a piece that's not authentic. It's like really thick. See that? You hear that compared to the so that's how you can tell something is ironstone. And here's another piece with a stamp on it. Yeah, I'm trying to, my square is moving around, y'all. I'm trying to be professional. Anyhow, that is my little tip for ironstone. If you guys are interested in ironstone. Now, I'm just showing you guys pictures in this particular video, but you guys know that I have plates. I don't know if you guys can see this little plate over here. You probably can't see that. But you guys have seen it already if you keep up with me. I'm trying to stretch my leg out, y'all. But yeah, that's how you can tell authentic ironstone. I am now keeping my little collection on my shelf above my window for the spring and summer season. Now, if there are any shop owners out there, if I am wrong about anything, please leave a comment down below because, like I said, I am no vintage specialist up in here. I'm just going by what I have learned. I am just going by my personal self looking up vintage pieces and stuff. Okay. All right, y'all. Now the next thing I want to talk to you guys about are mason jars. Now, I know a lot of people don't collect these old mason jars, but I think that they are cute, and I usually put these out for the summer, or I put them out for the summer last year because I just picked these up last year. But if you want to know if you are getting a very old mason jar and not a mason jar from 2021 from Walmart, then there is a little chart that you can Google on the internet, and how a person is able to tell if a mason jar is old is by the lettering here on the jar. Now this is an old jar. It does have air bubbles in here, and here is another old one. You guys probably can't see, but the B is different from this B And this one doesn't have the little loopy like thing in there. I can't really explain it, but I'm gonna put that chart up so you guys can see how you can tell if a mason jar is old. There's a really good article on mason jars if you guys are interested. It tells you why they were making mason jars. It tells you how mason jars got the name, the person that, you know, started the mason jar company. I mean, it was really interesting. I thought it very interesting. So you guys can Google that, but I want to share that little chart with y'all to show you guys how you can tell if your mason jar is old if you are in a vintage mall and you just so happen to want to see if it's old, or if you're paying $10, $12, $13 for a particular Walmart jar. Okay. Now I am housing mine on my table right now, my coffee table, in my brick mold right here, because it is now spring and summer. Oh, it's one more thing I wanted to tell you guys about the rolling pins. Oh, this right here is a rolling pin from House and Home. It is not a vintage rolling pin. She does really good vintage replicas. But if you can see how small this is, and you can see that this is a whole piece of wood and it's not the little wiggly wood things on the end. So even with her making a replica, she did it the old way, with the whole piece of wood, or wherever she gets her pieces from. So I thought I would share that with you guys too. Now there is one more thing that I want to talk to you guys about, as far as some of the things that I have collected, and that is my sifter wall. I love my sifter wall. It's not grand and grandiose like some people's, but it's hard to find sifters here, y'all. You cannot find them in this area, Dallas Fort Worth. Now there are people that I have seen that live in Kentucky, you know, North Carolina, Atlanta. Y'all, they can go to their local Goodwills and they can find Ironstone pictures like that. They can find Ironstone dishes and plates. I saw one girl go to a flea market, you know, flea market, vintage something or other, and y'all, there were a ton of sifters out there, and girl, I was just like, I cannot find them here for anything. And you guys know that I have gone to antique malls in Fort Worth. I have gone to antique malls in Grapevine. I have gone to antique malls in Sunnyvale, and they are hard to find. So when I found one of my sifters at the vintage thing in McKinney, y'all, I hurry up and grab that sucker off that shelf so fast it would have made your head spin. And it was only like $22. And then the rest of my sifters, you guys, I picked up off of Etsy, because I cannot find them here in this area at all, and it's just so disappointing. 3 of those sifters came from the Soviet something, y'all. And then one of them came from another little Etsy shop somewhere in Virginia somewhere. So when I went to the vintage mall in McKinney last week, when I went, I did see one in there. It was another little small one. I really want a large one, because I'm doing something in my guest bedroom, and I saw the small one and I was like, I'm not gonna get it, because I really wanted a larger one. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, since, you know, I did spot it, I might as well go ahead and get it. But when I went back, it was gone. So that leads me to my next tip. If you guys see something in a vintage mall, get it. get it, don't think about it, because it will be gone, especially if it's something rare like a sifter. And y'all, believe it or not, flower frogs. Flower frogs are very rare and they are hard to find in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I don't know why. If you guys don't know what a flower frog is, it's a little vintage little thing what I used to put flowers in, but now people are using them to stick cards in. You know, they're just displaying them in a bowl. I'll put a picture up here of some flower frogs that I posted on my Instagram feed. My last post on my Instagram. I haven't been posting on there, y'all, like I should be. But anyhow, you guys know that I collect many other little things in here that I can continue to talk about, but I am going to end today's video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the tips. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the little footage that I got in Waxahachie this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna be filming this coming weekend, y'all, because I am taking my second COVID vaccination and I don't know how I am going to be feeling. I was feeling a little bad when I took the first one, so I'm just bracing myself for what's going to be coming up for this second one. It is what it is, right? Trying to stay safe and trying to keep everybody else safe around me, okay? But yeah, y'all, don't forget, be nice, be kind, be sweet to somebody. And as always, I hope you're having a great day and or a great week whenever you are viewing this video right here. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.